Hey everybody, Darla here, and I'm so excited for this week's talk. For all you people that are running for convention, I have a special guest today. She actually flew all the way from Canada to San Francisco so she could do this broadcast live right in front of the bridge. And if you believe that, I will sell you some great tea from China. No.
All right, cool. Well, thanks everyone. Sorry about the traffic on the bridge. I was a little late there, but thanks, Darla, for having me. And hi, everybody. So yeah, how I got started was real simple. My daughter was doing gymnastics with Melissa Barlock's daughter, and she had her laptop open, and I watched her create a Christmas card, and I had asked about it. And I said, so you're emailing out a card? And so we got chatting, and I said, well, it's too bad because I bought all my Christmas cards, and then I spent a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the kitchen table as my three kids ran circles around me asking me if I was done yet. And I was like, man, I don't ever want to do that again. So when we first got back after the Christmas holiday for gymnastics, I said to her, okay, I got to get this thing, whatever it is, to keep me organized. I'm never handwriting cards like that again. I hand wrote 175 cards in one weekend, and it took me the whole weekend. And I missed that entire weekend with my family, like I said. And so I realized that I needed a system. So when she showed me the system, it was January 9th, 2015. And I was like, hey, great. I have no reason to send cards right now. And I was so excited to get started. And then I was like, well, there's Valentine's Day was the closest thing that I could come up with. So I had nice time to get organized, input my data and my people, and figure out what I wanted to do with it. So I was like, okay, spaghetti. Let's see if this sticks. I'm going to just pick 36 of my top realtors, and I'm going to do the mega cookies with them and send it out. So of course, cost me a couple bucks extra, actually $480. And so out of 36 realtors, guys, this is the thing, is that, please share this, is that 32 of them reached out to me directly. Okay. So out of 36 realtors, I had 32 calls, texts, and emails where I had the moment to build the business and build the relationship. And organically, by the way, I'm working with some buyers. Can you, get them a mortgage? And so I ended up getting 2 mortgages from that my very first 30 days, pretty much. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is something, this is it. And so then I led to stopping all my other marketing flyers, joint flyers with realtors, sharing the cost, the newspaper ads, all of those things. I was just like, oh my gosh, the cost of this little, system and campaign that I did compared to the thousands of dollars that I had spent on flyers and in the local newspaper blew me away. And so then I was hooked, right? I was hooked. And then I did, something for, quick St. Patty's Day card. I've done Mother's Day, and it just continued on from there. And so of course my passion and love for something that works is obviously that's the whole thing. If it's working, why try to reinvent or pick up other systems and tools? Yeah.
The 30, how many people?
36.
Those 36 people. So you're a mortgage broker. Yeah. Those 36 people, who were they in your life?
Well, it's so funny you're asking me this. I get goosebumps when I say this. So get this. I picked people that I lost touch with because I wanted to see what this would do. And so the 2 referrals that I got was from a realtor that hadn't spoken to me in 2 years. And so when she called me, she was so floored by what I had sent. And of course, kind of out of nowhere, she hadn't heard from me. We'd lost touch. And she was like, oh my gosh, her father had became really ill, and she kind of left the real estate to take care of him at that time. I took it personally. I thought it was something I did or whatever. And then just happily brought us back together. And again, 2 referrals from her was incredible, right? So it just magically erased the 2 years.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah. So yeah.
And then that led to, so then you did that was working. You got rid of your advertising costs. You implemented a system. Do you have a set number of times that you touch people all throughout the year?
I do have a 4-card campaign for my mortgage clients, right? So I have those set up to touch them 4 times throughout the year. I have different campaigns for realtors and that kind of thing. Yeah, but so organically though, what happened was, because I certainly never wanted to start another business. That was the other thing, right? So, however, becoming an affiliate for a couple extra bucks, do you know 3 people, was what I was asked. Do you know 3 people that could use something like this? And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, of course I do. So those 3 people turned into 12 people, which made me manager and senior manager within a really short period of time. And I was like, this is easy. I don't have to have a bag of stuff and show like jewelry parties and that kind of thing. And, so it was just so simple that I was like, okay, I guess this is calling me. I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to share it, because everybody was like, how did you get my picture in there? How did you get my logo? I want to do that for my customers. And so it was just like, hey, this is what you do.
I love it. And so now, today's world, 5 years later, you've got multiple business passion projects that have all birthed within you because of doing this. Paint the picture of how those journeys became.
Yeah, cool. Thanks. So, realizing really the power, the I am and the promptings has been key, obviously. And so it's inspired me to start a networking group where, again, we're attracting the people who want to follow up with people. So Send Out Cards just becomes a partner when you join that. So that's part of and parcel of being a member, which no other networking group offers. So we really not just implement, we give it to you. You join us and you're in, and you're going to learn how to follow up properly. Sometimes people are stuck on words, which, I'm obviously happy to share. So that has been brilliant and been going like wildfire. I'm super excited for that. And then, of course, just continuing to be part of the company and hearing and ideas and thinking about, what can I do better? And one of my I am statements is, I am living my full potential each day. And so if you really think about that, what am I doing extra? What am I doing out of the ordinary? I'm not just working 9 to 5. So how can I give back? What can I do? And that's where my next mission had come, which is about hope. And so hope is a big thing that has been revealed to me throughout this whole journey. And so I thought, well, that is the one thing that trumps all emotions. And how can I better help people? And so not only are we in a financial pandemic, and not only are we in a health pandemic, but we're also in a mental pandemic. And so I created Mailbox of Hope.com. And so that is for a simple little place where anybody who needs help, maybe can't pick up the phone, maybe they're lonely and they don't even have a friend to call. Gosh, doesn't that just break your heart thinking about that? But maybe they're at home surfing, online. If they just share kind of their struggle, they will get a card with a message of hope in it. If they share their address. And so that's what I've been doing. And that's sort of my passion now, is to make sure that mentally we all need a boost. We all need a pickup. We all need a day to shed the tears and get excited that something came in your mailbox that wasn't a damn bill.
So basically, if I understand that correctly, you're pulling together a group of people that are wanting to love on other people. And so as somebody submits an email, like maybe somebody says that, my mom's mom died, my grandma died, my mom is really lonely. Can someone please send some love to my mom? Something like that. And
right. And so
you put this word out?
Yeah. And so you see that, on Send Out Cards, somebody will say, hey, on the official group, so-and-so is struggling. Can you send a card to pick them up? It's sort of the same concept, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you see that people need it all the time.
And can anybody join this with you?
Yeah, anybody can, for sure. Of course.
And where do they go?
Yeah. So it's mailboxofhope.com. And it's just right there, the instructions and the quick step. And that's awesome. It. They're going to get a nice card.
I love
Heartfelt card.
Yep. So you guys,
Yeah.
what I want you to see is that no matter what you do, when you're going through this and you're loving on people and you're just caring about people, you're going to find a movement within you to find a way to make the world better, and to, it's going to come, doors are going to open, opportunities are going to come to your footsteps. You're not going to know what they are. I used to pray every day for a way, dear Lord, please, la, 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 right? And then it comes to you in the least way ever that you expected it. Like this pandemic, I was like, Lord, please find a way that I can get my word out and blah, 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 whatever, right? I know what I want to say, but I'm not going to say it. And who would have ever thought that it was the pandemic that would come to to cause it? And you got to be in the motion of in the belief of knowing that it's coming. Like once you get this whole thing clicking, like I'm sure so many doors that are ahead of you, so many other doors and opportunities. I know we were talking the other day about how you were saying the mortgage industry is great right now. It's phenomenal. It's busy. It's pumping loans out left and right, but it's not what you want to do because there's no heartfelt emotion and love and fun and kindness and sitting there doing loans. And so this whole heart, what are you calling it? Hope?
The mailbox of hope. Yeah.
Mailbox of hope. Yeah. That's a big deal. When that starts kicking in, I mean, that's going to evolve into radio shows and podcasts and interviews and touching people's lives and changing lives. And I got chills for you right here.
Thank you. Hey, you know what, Darla, you've touched on it on several different posts, is that, you seriously are having a bad day, go send 5 cards. Mm-hmm. Okay. It will immediately change. So go send 5 cards and you watch yourself elevate and become like happier throughout your day. And you're just like, you might have woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but you've actually said, I think, and I've said this too, that SOC could cure depression. I swear to God. And so my mission is not just this little website. That's the start of it. But I really want to go to, mental, possibly hospitals, other things, and join forces, and I'm working on that. Right. So if we can just spread that love and make somebody have better positive thoughts. I mean, really, that's powerful.
Absolutely. Did you see the post that I made that said, yes or no, is your mother still alive, living or not?
Yes.
And that has over 900 comments on it now.
Oh,
900 of people saying no. And when they said no, I messaged them and I said, I would love to honor your mother. Would you share a picture of her with me? You would not believe the people that are sharing pictures, the only picture they have. This is the only, and a little story. And I'm putting it on a card and I'm sending the card back to the people to say, I want to honor your mother's life, and it's like,
amazing.
The cards are landing and people calling me in tears and telling me what it's done for them. I mean, it's just, it's incredible. And it's like, how do you get the world to realize that this is the answer, that this is what the world needs right here. And that's what we're doing, is we all bond together and do that. And so I really am thankful that you came on here so that people could see the vision of how doors open and what happens with the road that you're on. This is the road that you're on. You're on this path and you're on this road, and you're going to be on a webinar one day telling your story about all of the things that you have going on in your life that didn't exist when you got started.
Totally.
Yeah.
I told Darla the other day that, an opportunity came and I've signed a contract. And so there are good things that are happening in the quarantine time, but are you open to it? And so one of my, again, it starts with my daily journaling and the I am statements, but one of the really important ones I've realized to manifesting and all the things that Darla's talking about is I am open to opportunities that help me personally and in my business. That's what my I am statement is. And so and so I'm making the right decisions, and I could go on and on about I am statements all day, but it starts there, right? And so if I'm telling the universe that I'm open to opportunities, guess what? Mm-hmm. They're starting to come. And so it's not magic. It's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And that made me think of something, the way you said that too. I'm open to opportunities. One thing that I used to be was closed-minded. I was not open to looking at things at all. I was completely closed-minded. And even when I got in my first network marketing company, we were taught, put blinders on, don't look at anything else. You don't get caught dead going to anybody else's meetings or hanging out with someone else in another company, much less a cross line. Send out cards is so different. And so when somebody approaches me with their product, I tell them, absolutely, I would love to see your product. And if I see a way that it can add value to my business, I will 100% be open to it. Do you get it?
Yep.
The wording is if I can see that this will add value to my business and help my business, because what is it that I have? I have something that can add value to their business and show them how to grow their business.
Right.
That little play on words. So when somebody says to you guys, I want to show you something, don't shut them down and say, I'm not interested and I don't do those kind of things. Be open, because you're asking them to be open. Use the right words in saying, if it's definitely something that can add value to what I'm doing already, I am 100% open to it, because that's what we're showing them, because you want them to say, okay, me too, same thing.
Absolutely. And, all of these things that are coming together for you, for me, for so many people, it's so good because we have a culture here where we all get to rely on each other right now and be friends with each other and do Zoom calls together and interview and talk and learn and be accountability calls and all of these things. It is, and I think it is one of the most positive, supportive networks of a company culture that you could be a part of. So I'm just blessed and feel like, that you and I would never be friends if we weren't part of this company, right? So if you think about that, it has such a big reach. And, I know before in March 1st was my daughter's birthday, and I bought the Raptors tickets. I don't know if you caught that post, but the Raptors tickets I bought were actually when they were playing in Denver, and I totally made a mistake. And I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck? I thought they were for here in Toronto. And so I quickly was like, I got courtside seats for a Raptors game in Denver. What the heck am I going to do? So I quickly went on my air miles. I messaged Wendy Braden and said, I'm coming to Denver. And she picked us up and we spent the day together. What company, where can you find people that love you like that because you've been to conventions, you've been together and growing through the same mission? It's so awesome. So thanks for having me on here. Thanks for making me a part of your call today. I really appreciate it. And I appreciated the chats we've had on Zoom.
You know why the answer is to that, of why we're like that?
I don't know. We're just good. Good people.
It's because we are what you call high EQ people, not high IQ. Not that we're not high IQ, but we're high EQ, which doesn't exist in a lot of other companies. And so therefore, we don't care about the money. We care about people.
Yes.
And so we put people before money.
That's right.
And we understand that that's what you do good in the world. It's biblical. So, all right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. I hope you have a safe drive back over the bridge there. Yeah, I see a little accident behind you. There's a little traffic jam. And watch out for Jaws. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks again.
You.
All right, guys, have a good night. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.